Sagittarius. What's up, my horse people? Thank you for coming back month after month. And welcome to your August 2020 ASMR Tarot Forecast. This will be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or rising signs. So make sure you watch your other videos and get a triangulation of information from the general readings. So one thing that it's important to do before you start a working or a divination is to clear negative energy out of a space. So what I'd like for you to do is wad up all of your negative feelings, whether they're physical or psychological or mental or material, all your stress, all your fear, all your hatred, all your anger, pain, discomfort, sickness, all of those. Wad them up into a tight little ball and release all that energy right here into this candle flame, alright? And just let all of it go. Yeah. All of it go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, Sagittarius. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job. For the readings today, I will be using the Cosmic Tarot. And then to clarify, I'm going to be using the Stranger and Stranger playing card deck. I have some crystals as well. This one is an opal. And then I have this it's got this really rough side on the bottom. That's pretty cool. These are chunks of quartz, and I'm going to use them in the videos this month the way I used the opals last month. So I have this one. It's very multifaceted. And then it's got this rough part on the back. And then there's this one, just really shiny on this side and this side, and really rough back here. And then I have this little baby one, which is very multifaceted. But then it's got this weird little pocket on one side. And these are all Tibetan quartz points. Sagittarius. Let's see what we have here for your August 2020 tarot reading. So, right off the bat, this card jumped out of the deck while I was shuffling, and it's the Death card, and it's reversed. So this could be big changes coming in for you. And that's crossed by the Strength card, which is fellow fire sign Leo's card. So we've got this Scorpio energy crossed by this Leo energy. A couple of fixed signs there for you. So even though you will have this big change coming in, you'll have the Strength reason you stopped being that way, or it could be that you were not very confident in the past. It'll be different for a lot of you, I'm sure. What's going on in the current state of affairs? We have the Star in the reverse, and this definitely talks about not coming into your place of power. This is Aquarius's card in the deck, and it's all about coming into your own and becoming famous. All of your hopes and dreams coming to fruition. And it's in the reverse here, which could mean that you're just not ready for that yet. Let's look at the future. In the future, we have the King of Cups. This could be a Cancer. We have the Cancer crab right here on his stole. The King of Cups is a very nurturing, paternal, family-oriented energy. Not patriarchal in the same sense that you would consider the Emperor to be patriarchal, because the King of Cups is very emotionally in tune with himself as well. Let's look at your position in the world. And it's the Two of Pentacles upright. So this speaks to good balance in your life. I'm not really getting a full picture yet because I'm not sure what this Death card represents, but I do sense that some kind of balance is going to come into your life. Here is how the world is reflected back at you. And we have here the Judgment card, and it's in the reverse. This has been a really popular card this month too. Judgment in the reverse. It could be about you not actually being judged. Like, maybe you are your own worst critic, and that's what's holding you back, as opposed to being judged from the outside and having others be overly critical of you. It's almost like the rest of the world is saying, whoa, hold on there, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging. So the next card is your hopes and fears. I think Libra also got this in the hopes and fears position, but it is the Ace of Cups. And when you're talking about hopes and fears, it could be about being emotionally closed off or disappointed in loved ones. You could be afraid that your friends and loved ones are going to disappoint you emotionally and tell you things you don't necessarily want to hear. So now let's look at the goal or destiny and also the final outcome. So the final outcome is the Four of Swords in the reverse. The Four of Swords is all about taking a rest, a well-earned break. It's after the battle, but the war's still going on. And here we have the Hermit. since this is in the reverse, it's possible that after the month of August, you end up withdrawing even more. I do see a lot of withdrawal here and a lot of emotional alienation. I really want to know about the Death card here. I want to know about this Four of Swords, and I want to know about how these three cards relate to each other. I think you feel like your approach is very balanced, so let's just find out some more about that. So, the Four of Swords. I'll pull 4 cards for that. For the Death card here, pull 3 cards for that. For this whole situation, I'm gonna pull like 8 cards. So the Four of Swords, we have these 2 gentlemen. This could be you and a friend. This could be more like a patriarchal type energy. These guys are playing golf, which is a notorious rich man's sport. So I also read it like that. And here's this King of Cups again. So, if this is not a Cancer, it's probably a water sign. And in the future, you're gonna have like this very nurturing, masculine water sign energy coming into your life. So that could be somebody that you're meeting soon. Right, and so we have the Ace of Hearts here. So there's really no need to be afraid of that. And then finally, we have the Jack of Hearts. Jack of Hearts is kind of a player, kind of a Lothario. He only really shows one side of his face at a time. But not a bad guy, just, likes to get around. So, as far as this Four of Swords is concerned, maybe, if you're a gay man, I definitely see a relationship here, and I see this as being like a relationship, and maybe this Four of Swords is like if you have been or not even very promiscuous, but if you've been playing the field, you're gonna settle down with a more serious partner. And I guess you don't both have to be men. That's just kind of how I'm reading the energy energy specifically. Over here, this Death card in the reverse, we have the Nine of Diamonds. So this card is all about oppression. It's all about situations where there's inequality and the powers that be are trying to keep it that way. So, I mean, there's a lot of that going on right now. Yeah, we've got the Seven of Clubs. We've got this card where there's a happy family. I'm sure they all love each other very much, but they're being chased by this angry swarm of hornets. And then we have the 7. We have another 7, so we have these two 7s coming out together. And for every leaf that falls away, maybe you're getting chased by another hornet. But the 7 of Spades is all about all of these leaves have changed color and fallen on the ground. And that's gonna be like things leaving your life. Things that don't serve you anymore. But I really get this sense, especially with everything that's going on right now, that it's just going to be difficult for everything that leaves your life. There's going to be another difficult thing that pops up, and that's just what's going to happen right now. But I do see that you're being really balanced about it. Alright, so let's talk about this lack of confidence and possible, like, not being judged down here. Alright, so we have the 6 of Spades. The 6 of Spades, it's got this peacock on the card, and the peacock is a symbol of death. And I feel like it's kind of like an elderly relative who's passed away that meant a lot to you, is often how this card will come out. Somebody who didn't necessarily die a super violent death. They could have, but it's like a really elegant kind of a death, so, you know, take that as you will. Maybe this is somebody who influenced you a lot, and then after they passed, you kind of tucked up into yourself. Alright, so we have the Queen of Wands reversed here, and now we have the King of Wands coming out as well. Now, this could speak to if you guys were a couple and then your partner passed away, and now you just haven't been feeling quite as confident. This is one of the jokers in the deck, and it's basically like this invisible man, and I feel like this looming presence in your life, like maybe you even still have their clothes hung up in the closet. So I'm definitely getting like a very fractured sense of what's going on here, as far as like, I think this is common to all Sagittarius, but then I'm definitely getting a really specific message over here and a really specific message down here. So take that as you will. So, going along with the star, we have this gecko, and the lizard has been coming out a lot. I think people are really craving their freedom. To me, that's what this lizard represents. He's very small, and he's not very significant. He doesn't have a lot of responsibilities except to himself. It's pretty easy for him to keep himself alive if he's in his natural habitat. And there's a lot of freedom to that. is the Eight of Spades, where this octopus with all these arms is holding a spade in each arm. And I always take this to mean that you have so many responsibilities and you're having a hard time juggling them all. So there's definitely a juxtaposition here between what you would like to have and what you end up having, and I could see how that might make you want to withdraw. Let's look at this Judgment card. Alright, so we have the Death card coming out again, this time in the form of the Ace of Spades. These are basically the same. And this is in relation to this Judgment, so I think it's possible that you just don't care what people think of you anymore. This is the Jack of Clubs. And sometimes I see this as Sagittarius's card, so I'm going to take this as you showing up in your own reading. You can see that he's got this red. Clubs are like a fire sign. And then this Seven of Hearts card, things are not as they seem, but they're definitely weird. You can't really tell what this entity or creature looks like because of this garment they're wearing. And then they also have this cow skull for a face. So I think that there's a lot going on with you, Sagittarius, that people are not privy to. And I think people are picking up on that and they don't feel like they're in a place to judge. And now I have these quartz crystals that I'm going to lay out here on the cards. Oh, we got a little fairy dust off of them because I've been see, I don't know if you can see that. Just little bits of fairy dust that come off of crystals when you shake them around in your hands. So, I guess that's part of it too. I feel like some of you have lost a piece of yourself. Things are falling away, and not necessarily all the things that are falling away are things that you need to let go of. So keep that in mind too. I do feel like this person's going to help you out a lot. This crystal has fallen here on the Strength card, and again, that's going to be key. Keep in mind your fellow fire sign, Leo. If you have any Leo in your chart, look at what placements those are. See if you have like a Jupiter in Leo or a Mars in Leo or something like that. And then we have this whole situation is going to lead you to this person. But it's going to be rough. That's what it means when the rough side of the crystal falls up. And I see this crystal here. It's smooth side up, but it's fallen on the corner and it's not pointed at anything. And I think that the temptation is for you to just shut yourself away from everyone and everything, because it's easier than putting yourself out there. Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me today for your ASMR August 2020 tarot forecast. If you enjoyed the video today, please like, share, subscribe.